Hello everyone, it's Hindash. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a very requested video of mine. It is my top brushes, and I'm going to be starting off by category because it's a long list and it's a detailed list. I don't want to be very casual about it. I want to give you details. I want to give you options. I want to give you variety. So I am going to be breaking this down into different groups, and today we're going to be starting off with eyes, which is actually my personal favorite, so yay. Okay, so obviously eyes are something that I love to focus on, so I'm going to be talking you through my favorite brushes to achieve all the looks that I do. So I'm just going to put that here. And how I chose to kind of categorize these brushes, I'm going to go with brushes that are kind of the same to give you different options. Maybe some of you have these brushes and you haven't really explored them yet, so I am going to be going through step by step. Okay, so my first pick is a brush that I would use to kind of pack on color, whether it's an eyeshadow base or just a neutral shadow or a powder, just to kind of neutralize the eye and get it ready for eyeshadow. This is a brush that I really love. And it is the Sephora Pro All Over Shadow Brush, and this is in the large number 12. And I love this, it's so fluffy, it's so soft, I love how it feels. You can easily pack color all over the lid, whether it's a neutral nude or a bit of loose powder, just to get it prepped for shadow. So easy, I really love this brush. And this is another brush where I feel like I would do the same thing with, and I have so many times. It is a very multi-purpose brush too. It is the Makeup Forever 144 brush. And what I love about this, it does have kind of a tapered edge, so you can really get into the corners of the eyes to neutralize anything. And it is a big all over brush. I really love this for applying corrector under the eyes because it does have that edge, if you can see it. Very fluffy, very soft. All the Makeup Forever ones are beautiful. They're synthetic too, and so is the Sephora one. And because they are synthetic, you can really use them with whatever you want. You can use them with creams, you can use them with powders. I love this brush. A brush that I love using to pack on color on the lid or to pack on a cream shadow. They're kind of multi-purpose, these brushes. And this is the MAC 239, and they do have a synthetic version, which I love as well. I have both, and now they've all moved over to synthetic versions, which is great. So I'm going to be showing you the difference. I have both right here, and this is kind of how you can tell that I really love a brush. I have so many of them. And you guys, I really think this is such a good brush. I use it for everything. You can do shadow with it. I like to contour the nose with it, highlight the nose with it. And it's actually thin enough for you to blend out your liner with. It is a perfect brush. I'm going to show you a bit of a difference between the synthetic one and the natural hair one, which is the older version. So this is what it looks like when it's brand new. This is a brand new one. It is the 239S. And you can see it's super flat. It looks very flat. And this is a synthetic one, same one that I've used a couple of times. And as you can see, it kind of fluffs up. I don't know if you can really tell, but I'm going to flip them to the side. This one is the one that I've been using, so you can see it kind of like fluffs up, and it looks very similar to the natural hair brush, which is this one. Is that confusing? By the way, I'm very psychotic about brushes. I'm super psychotic about brushes. So I could go on in detail, on and on. So this is the synthetic version, which is the new one, and this is the natural hair one, which is the old one. And I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I really love reaching for this over and over again, which is the natural hair one, which they don't do anymore. But I reach for this all the time, just as much. They do lay color differently. This one packs on color much more evenly for powders, but this one I can really work with for powders and creams and just whatever I want. So there are pros and cons to both. And what I am gonna show you that's also kind of in the same family of brush types is this brush from Sephora that I'm completely obsessed with. It's so soft, it is so fluffy, and I love it. It is the Sephora Pro Small Shadow Brush in number 15. And I don't know if you can tell, but they do have that very similar shape, which I think is great for packing on shadow, whether it's a highlight color, it's a shimmer, or a matte. Another kind of same family of brushes that does the same thing, but it is larger, is the Fenty one. And this is the 200 eyeshadow brush. And as you can see, compared to the MAC one, it is a much fluffier one. So I can easily do an all over wash of color with this. So this kind of does multi-purpose work for me, which is great. And again, with this type of brush, it doesn't stop with the eyes. I love it for nose contour, for highlight. It is a very great shape and has really nice density to it. And I'm just gonna put whatever I've done in my little hand here. Yeah, so these are my favorite packer style brushes. I'm gonna be moving on to crease brushes, brushes that blend the shadow. Actually, I'm gonna be calling these blender brushes, and this one is one of my top favorites. Actually, this is the Sephora Pro Blending Large 27. Sephora makes some really good brushes, not all of them, but they do make really good brushes. I think it's the Pro line. And I mean, I have reached for this over and over again. It is so fluffy. It blends so beautifully, and I really think it's great. I really do. There aren't any cons, honestly. I'd never see this shed, and it does blend shadow like a dream. Next, I'm going to be reaching out for the Zoeva brushes. I love Zoeva brushes. I think they do such a good job. They are known for brushes. They're affordable. They're really high quality. And I'm going to be showing you a couple because they can be confusing because they do a lot of limited edition, not packaging, but limited edition handles. So I'm going to be showing you a couple which are basically the same brush. Timmy's staring at me for some reason. I don't know why. Timmy, what's up? And this is the Zoeva 228 Luxe Crease Brush. This is so soft, but it does have that, I don't know how to explain it. It's not overly soft where it's just going to fluff away the shadow, but it does have a bit of a grip where it's going to really catch on any type of shadow that you work with, blend it beautifully. You can pack it on as well with this brush. Such good brushes. I really do love this. They do make one. Ooh. They do make one that is a slightly different shape, which is called 227. So the difference between these is the 227 one is a bit more tapered, so it's a bit pinched from here, if you can see. I really reach for this more because you can kind of blend the crease sideways, and you can get more detail with this, but get that same blend you can with this, if that makes sense. So they are really great brushes, and I've used these in so many tutorials. I lost count. Now I'm going to be moving on to more softer, fluffier crease brushes. So I wouldn't necessarily use these brushes to apply color directly, but I would use these to kind of blend the edges and perfect everything and kind of smoke it out. And this is one of my absolute favorites. It is the My Kitco Pro 1.12, My Tapered Crease. That's a very interesting number, 1.12, but it's called My Tapered Crease, and it's so soft. It literally blends everything for you, no harsh edges. I love taking this with a bit of a transition color and buff it around the shadow work that I've done. It's such a good brush, and very similar brushes that I have to this in different sizes are the Wayne Goss brushes. I bought these in a set when they first came out, so I've had these for a very long time. And they've helped the shape, they've helped the quality, and I really love these brushes. And as you can see, these are the Wayne Goss brushes. They are so fluffy. They have that different shape to them, but they are a different size and different shapes too. And this is the My Kitco for comparison. And like I said, I bought these when they first came out. I've always supported Wayne Goss because I think he's just a genius, and these brushes are so beautiful. They never let me down. They really blend eyeshadow so beautifully, so effortlessly, and I really feel a difference when I do use these brushes. I love them. A very similar brush that I love using is the Ray Morris brush, and this is the number 7. So fluffy. Oh my god. I mean, this is on the more expensive side, but they are such beautiful brushes. They really are. And there's a magnetic tip at the end, so you can kind of dry them upside down on any magnetic surface, which I think is a genius touch. And these are really well crafted. I have a foundation brush from her that I use, and whenever I use that brush, everyone asks me what I use, so that's gonna be coming up next in my face brushes video. But yeah, beautiful brush. Let's get into more synthetic brushes of the same type. I have 2 brushes here that I love so much. This is the Makeup Forever 242 brush, and what I love about this, let me put this brush down. And what I love about this is that I've had one of these brushes for years and years, and it doesn't change shape. It doesn't change quality. I think they make top quality synthetic brushes. I really do. I've had so many of them. This really blends everything for you so easily. You can do detailed crease work if you really know your way around a brush. You can really blend shadow beautifully with this. It's so soft. I really think Makeup Forever make one of the softest synthetic brushes that I've ever used. They never feel scratchy on the skin, ever. Another synthetic brush that I've been absolutely loving, this is a new range. This is the My Kit Co Signature Synthetics in My Tapered Crease. SS10. And this is larger, so I really do love this for just blending the edges. I think it's such a perfect brush. I think they come in a big set. They've done an entire collection. Honestly, that entire collection I have nothing bad to say about. So if you do want to invest in a great synthetic brush line, I really would suggest you check out the My Kit Co Signature Synthetics line, because I mean, wow, I think they really did nail it with these brushes. They look amazing. They have a really nice feel to them. The brushes, the handles are longer, so they are very comfortable to use and they're comfortable to kind of work with. They really, I don't know, I feel like they really nailed this. I'm very, very happy with this brush and the entire range. I forgot to talk about these. These are the MAC 217 brushes. The reason why is that I think they're completely discontinued. They do have a synthetic version that I do use quite a lot in my videos, but I literally only use it to pack on and apply cream shadow. So I didn't really want to include it in my favorites because I don't find it that multi-purpose, where I don't really like it for powders as much as I like the original ones, because they are obviously much fluffier. The synthetic one is a lot flatter and more, I don't know, it's much more flatter, so I can't get that nice blend with it. I just like it for creams. But MAC 217, honorable mention, because I always pack this brush in my kit, so it would be a shame not to mention it. A synthetic brush that I think MAC really did justice when they moved on to synthetics is the 224S. And I really, really like this. The original one really shed a lot. I did like the shape, but I didn't see a lot of the hype because it shed all over the place. This one doesn't. It's a synthetic one, and it does blend shadows beautifully. I love it for blending the edges again. So it is more of a blending brush for me. And I kind of use this a lot without anything on, just to apply and buff out whatever I've had left. So using this dry without any eyeshadow on is a great trick. All right, so now I'm gonna get into more detailed crease work. So something a bit smaller, something a bit more precise to get you that kind of creative edge that you wanna do. So I'm literally picking brushes that look like this, so very tapered, quite on the smaller side. Okay, so I have these 5 options that I really, really like and I enjoy. I'm gonna be showing you kind of my favorite from the pick as well. So starting off, we have the Morphe M506. I was really hunting for more affordable brushes that do the same thing as my regular brushes that I use. I do have affordable options in here too, but you know what I mean. Just to have a bit more variety. So I went into the Morphe store and started looking around. This is a really, really great brush. I love it for getting that detail in the crease. You can blend out darker shadows that are in the crease, very detailed. It's not gonna blow out the look completely. And that's what I look for in these types of brushes. I don't wanna completely blend away the color. I do wanna pack it on and apply it directly, but still get that nice blend if I want to blend it. And basically all of these do that for me. So I'm going to show you my other picks. This is again the My Kit Co Pro 120, my precise crease. I think it's the smallest one out of all of them, and I reach for this one the most. I really do, because I don't have to think too much. I can blend the crease. I can go a bit on the lower lash line if I wanted to, without it being too big and too kind of blown out. So out of all these, I would get this one. This is another great one. So this is another one from My Kit Co. It's called My Soft Smudger, and it's from their Signature Synthetics line, but it does have more of a point. So it is nice to get that very crisp, detailed line, but I wouldn't really blend with this one. I would just lay on color and create that detail, maybe go in underneath the eye. These other two I really, really love. This is the Sigma Detail Diffuse Crease Brush in E33, and it's such a great brush size because it does have enough of a fluff to blend out, but it does have a tapered edge for you to get really precise and lay on color. So this is so good. I really love Sigma. Sigma brushes are the first brushes that I've ever owned, actually. And they have a special place in my heart, so I really do love Sigma. And I reach for this all the time. This is a new addition to my line. This is the My Defined Crease Brush from my Kitco. And it is again from the Signature Synthetics line. Like I said, if they do have a full kit of this, just buy it. It's so good. Just buy it. Again, I've used this so many times to kind of blend the crease, to lay on color. I can pack color on the outer corner. I can pack shimmer on the inner corners. I mean, I can do that with all of them. But just to show you how much I love these type of brushes, they really are versatile. And that's what I look for in brushes. I don't want it to just do one thing because, come on, I mean, I want my brush to deliver more than just one task. So yeah, detailed crease brushes, I love them. I have to have them in my kit, I really do. Okay, next I'm gonna be taking brushes that take that detailed work to the next level. If I want just very sharp, intense color payoff, these are the brushes that I would go for. Okay, so these brushes I have to have in my kit. Obviously, that's why they're here. But they are kind of two different versions. There's a more rounded tip and there's a more pointy tip. And I use them differently. So obviously the rounded ones, I would use more to smoke out the lower lash line and to kind of diffuse a bit of the edge if I wanted to. If I'm going on the lower lash line and just want to continue kind of blending a bit of that crease work, I will use these brushes. This one is the Makeup Forever 218 brush. Super soft, synthetic. I mean, what I love using this as well is to highlight the tip of the nose and the bridge of the nose and the inner corner. So as well as smoking out and fading the lower lash line, I really love this for precise highlighting on top of the Cupid's bow, a bit on the chin, down the nose, inner corners. It's such a good brush. Another brush that is so similar but just a bit more stiff. This is the Morphe E18 brush. Such a great affordable brush. I mean, basically it does everything that the Makeup Forever brush does at a lower price. Okay, I get asked about these brushes so many times. These are what I use to kind of create that cut crease, but blend it out at the same time, pack on color. So kind of the same as the rounder one that I showed you earlier, but this one you just get more detail and more precision. And my favorite one and my pick would be the Ray Morris number 9 brush. I have used this brush in so many videos, such high quality. You can tell, I mean, if you see these in person, you can really tell that a lot of work has gone into creating these brushes. The tip, the point is so precise. You can really get so much detail from this brush, and I do every single time I use this. A great synthetic alternative to this brush is the Fenty Beauty number 220 precision brush. It does have that same shape. I don't know if you can see. Oh God, I'm doing the YouTube hand. But the Fenty one kind of tapers to a point. It's so soft, and I'm so happy that there is this version, but I like this one for picking up color more. There's just something about this brush that really picks up color and deposits it and blends it like perfection. So I do reach for this a lot. Another brush that I got kind of to kind of find a dupe, which doesn't make sense because this is a Hakuhodo brush and it is the B533. It's really nice. I do use this a lot. So if I'm not packing this one, I'm pretty much packing this one as well. Again, blends everything beautifully, same thing, but the Ray Morris has more of a tapered edge. So the Ray Morris gives me the most precision out of all of them. This is a Wayne Goss number 5 brush, and it is a pencil brush. So it is much smaller than these. These are all technically considered pencil brushes. This one I like for smaller eyes and to create a bit more detail on the lower lash line and on the crease, maybe when I get more to the inner corner. So it's great for someone with smaller eyes, the Wayne Goss brush. And finally, we have the Makeup Forever 212 brush. Now this one isn't as sharp of a point as all of these. I think it's the most rounded one, but it still does come to a point so you can create a bit more detail, but I wouldn't really go for this in the crease. I would go for this strictly for the lower lash line and maybe to smudge eyeliner, but I have something that I love so much more for smudging eyeliner, and that's what we're gonna get into next. This brush I think is my most asked about brush. Everyone asks me about this brush and I list it every time, but I have an obsession with this brush. I really do. I cannot get enough of them. Whenever I go to the Mac store and I see one or a couple, I pick them all up because I don't come across these easily. I really don't. And this is the MAC 228S brush. If I had to pick any brush out of all of these brushes, this is the one that I would pick. I would rather just have this brush as something that I would select and use any other brush in conjunction with this. That's how much I love it. I do every single makeup look with this. I smudge eyeliner with this. That's how I start. To wing and map out the eye, that's how I see where I want to take the look. I mean, I don't know. Okay, so number one, this is a synthetic brush. So you can use it with creams, you can use it with liquids, you can use it with powders, gels. It is not gonna ruin the shape. It is not gonna change the way it kind of performs. It really works beautifully under any texture. And I'm sure you guys know I love using pencil liner first, and I always use NARS Mambo, and this is what I'm blending it with. I'm always blending the liner, and this creates such a precise line every time. I mean, it really does give me that perfect edge. I don't know what to say about this. I hope I've convinced you about this brush. If I want to convince you about a brush out of all of these, this is it. Try it out. It is a beautiful brush, and it is never not in my kit. Believe me. You just have to believe me. Next are brushes that I would clean up with. So I would clean up the edge of the shadow, the edge of the liner if I need to, underneath the brow bone. And these are the brushes that I always have with me. The first one is a Morphe M432 brush. It is a square brush, synthetic. It's pretty self-explanatory. I mean, I could do lips with these. I could easily do a full lip. I could clean up the lip line. I clean up the brow line with this. I clean up the edge of the liner. They're such great brushes, and they're always in my kit. The next one is a Zoeva 241 Precision Smudger. I don't know why this is called a smudger, but that's what I would use it for, to clean up any of these areas. Another option that I love is the Dior 24 brush. It is a much shorter bristled brush than all of them. I don't know why you would find these difficult, but if you do find these a bit long, then this is a short alternative if you're looking for that. And the last one is one that I really love. It is the MAC 212 brush. Again, it's a square, it's perfectly tapered. The rest aren't as sharp as the MAC one. They are a bit thicker when it comes to the edge, but this one is the sharpest one that I have. So if I were to pick one brush out of all of these, I would definitely be picking the MAC brush. I love it. Let's move on to eyeliner brushes, because as you guys know, I really love eyeliner. I'm big on eyeliner. And these four brushes are always with me. The first one that I'm going to be talking about is the Sigma Eyeliner E11 brush. I think you've seen this brush the most on my channel and on my Instagram, because I use this brush to do my eyeliner videos. If you guys know these, I do eyeliner videos with ink, so there are drawings, and I use this brush all the time. I love it. I use this for actual eyeliner as well. It's amazing with gel liner. I get such precision. It is the perfect size. It's not super tiny, it's not very long and very kind of all over the place. It is definitely my favorite eyeliner brush, and I would reach for this all the time. The next one, if I want to do a thicker liner and I want to do it fast, I'm going to be reaching for the MAC 209 brush. This gives me that kind of retro classic liner where I can really just lay it on and get that beautiful precision and thickness that I want. The MAC 209 is what I would be reaching for. This brush you've seen recently on my YouTube. This is the My Kit Co Signature Synthetics, my angled liner brush. And this I would use, as you can see, it has an angled edge, a tip. So I would use this to get into the inner corners and create a cat eye with gel and really just do very precise work with this. The brush is long, but it is very sturdy and very sharp. So it's great. I mean, you've seen this in action. I really love this brush. And the last one is actually an art brush. So you can go to the art store and get brushes for really cheap, especially for eyeliner, and you can get that intense precision. So I really would suggest you go to an art store and check out some brushes. You can get amazing deals and really great precision work with these. This is a Princeton number 5 Select Spotter brush. I don't know if that's exactly what it's called, but go to the art store, check out the paint brushes and find an eyeliner shaped brush. Eyebrows. My favorites are the Anastasia number 14 brush. I mean, self-explanatory. It's an angled brush. It has spoolie on the other side. That's very important for me because I just want to apply and comb, or comb and apply. So it really does need to have a spoolie on the other end. And the next one is a Dior number 25 brush. I really love this. I reach for this all the time. It is much shorter, if you can see, and super crisp, super precise. They both are. And you really do get that hair by hair application. And yeah, they are both amazing brushes. And the last brush I'm going to be talking about for eyes is a mascara kind of fan brush that I always use lately. I've been obsessed with this. It is a Sigma Lash Fan E04 brush. So what I would do is I would take the mascara and then run this through the mascara and then apply it directly to the eyelashes. I particularly love this for lower lashes because it doesn't get clumpy. It coats them all the way through. It separates them. If you haven't tried this for mascara, really do try this kind of brush. I love the Sigma one, so pick that up. And yeah, I mean, it'll change the way you do lower lash mascara. All right, guys, so that is the end of this video. Let me know what your favorite eye brushes are. Maybe I'm missing some. Maybe I want to try some. Let's talk down below, so leave me a comment. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to my channel because I am going to be uploading the different brush categories that I use for the rest of the face. So you definitely don't want to miss that. And I'll see you guys very soon. Bye.